No, I went straight to funny how
Yeah, how about it?
We can talk about that.
Extra waste paper. It's a guessing. You ready?
ready?
Alright, hang on. So, it's newspaper, right? You recording?
Not me, yes, sir.
You will? Alright, I'm going to call the Buffalo Township meeting to order. Meeting is being recorded for aid in preparation of the minutes, along with Sue's recording and the news. News site. And the executive session was held on March 16th, 2024, from 8:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. for legal and personnel matters at the municipal building. Going to the reading of the minutes.
All right. The Buffalo Township Board of Supervisors meeting is called to order on Monday, March 4th, 2024, at 7 p.m. in the municipal building by Chairman Keith Fenton. He announced the meeting is being recorded to aid in the preparation of the minutes, and Sue Baker is video recording the meeting. Keith made a motion to approve the minutes of February 19, 2024 as read. Gary seconded, motion carried. Gary made a motion to approve the bills to be paid with checks 9342 through 9352 from the general fund. Art seconded, motion carried. Public comment, Sue Baker inquired about the procedures in appointing planning commission members. Jim Fry inquired if the candidates are interviewed for the planning commission. Tim Albright wanted to hear the board's vision for the planning commission. Secretary Treasurer, one right to know was received and completed for Donna Rhodes. The liquid fuels funding was received March 1st. Building code enforcement, no permits were issued. The stop work order was sent to Thomas Dobb. Eve Prima, Keith reported their bylaws were approved and passed. Board positions were completed. The invoice from Buffalo Township for expenses that were incurred and paid from the beginning of the organization was sent. That invoice was approved for payment. The next meeting is March 26th. Planning Commission. The Santiago plan is still in review. Keith made a motion to advertise for 2 weeks for letters of interest for the vacancies. Gary seconded, motion carried. John Charles announced his resignation from his position. Tim Albright stated he will not submit a letter of interest due to the length of time he's been on the board. He stated he is relinquishing his position on the Planning Commission and to find another judge of elections. Chairman Fenton inquired for clarification 3 times if Tim is resigning with no response from him. Roadmaster, Art made a motion to accept the final bid on municipal bid for $40,100 for the 2015 truck with the plow and spreader. Gary seconded, motion carried. Old business, written comments are coming in on the alternative energy ordinance. Art reported that due to personal issues, the website is still being worked on by Maggie Troutman. Keith adjourned the meeting at 7:39 p.m.
Any additions, corrections to the minutes as well?
I have one. I'm not sure that Tim resigned from the judge of elections. He asked the question, should he, but it wouldn't be under this authority anyway.
Right.
So, how's the,
You want that amendment? No.
how's it reading there?
I would
Amend that.
Okay. All right. Well, somebody make the motion to approve
So,
with that
have a
amendment.
motion
I'll make a motion
with that amendment.
to amend it.
There's a motion and a second
I have second.
with the amendment of the judge of elections. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, nays? So moved. Bills.
I'll make a motion to pay the bills.
I have seconded.
All in favor of paying the bills, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nays? So moved. Public comment on agenda items. Public comment on agenda
I
items?
have one quick question. Nancy, when you were reading the minutes, did you say at the last meeting there was gonna be an ad placed for 2 weeks, to run
Yes.
for 2 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
So I did see the ad, so it would be ending sooner than the April 1st date, correct?
Well, but that's our meeting date. Yeah, and it'll come out in next week's, or this week's paper also.
Right.
So that's, yeah.
Yep, okay.
Any other public comment on the agenda items? Hearing none, we'll move on to secretary.
I had one right to know, now I have two.
Okay.
And our American Rescue Plan funds, we currently have in a CD at Penny and Bank. I think we should motion to have that transferred to our general fund account because the new truck is ready or will be ready soon. There's $64,661 in that account.
So, recommendation, with that, I'll make a motion to use the remaining of the American Rescue funding that's in the Penny and CD to pay on the new truck. So we'll have to transfer it to the general fund to pay the new truck. But earmarked for that position.
Yeah, I'll second that.
So I got a motion and a second, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? So moved. Anything else?
No.
Building code enforcement.
Stop order was issued to Dobbs is complete. I did issue a permit to Mr. Hoover today on Hunter's Valley Road for unattached poultry. That's it.
E-Trema was the same as the last week, whatever. Our next meeting is the 26th at 7 p.m. here at Buffalo Township, which is open to the public if anybody wishes to join. Planning,
As far as I know, they're meeting April 3rd.
Becky's
So
here.
Oh,
I'm here.
Becky's here, that's right. Go ahead,
And so
Becky.
the planning commission did not meet on the 6th of March due to the lack of quorum. There is business to conduct. We could be having a meeting this Wednesday, but I'm here to help see if that's gonna happen.
That would be work being done on the
Working
south.
with the south,
Yeah.
yeah. So the subdivision and land development ordinance will be worked on this coming Wednesday.
Thank you.
And I did talk to John, and he's figuring on being here.
Okay.
Matt.
Sure. And I believe we do have a plan that's still open, it's a Hockenberry plan that's,
San Diego, yeah.
yeah, that's still in process. That's all?
All right. As stated earlier, with the positions, wherever that's gonna be decided at the next meeting after the 2-week ads ran. Anything else, planning commission? Not within roadmaster. Called today, or being passed on, that they have fresh cold patch made over in Eville that we're able to pick up whenever we choose to. Decision was to wait until we're actually ready to use it, and then we'll go pick it up since it's so close to be able to pick up. We have several pipes in township that need to be replaced, however, they're starting to be collapsed, so we're gonna end up having to order some pipes. We have 1 truckload of salt that we need to take per the contract by, what is that?
Co-stars.
Through
Through
CoStarz.
Co-stars, yes, we ordered 44 tons for this season, we had to take at least 1
And that's, you don't have to take that until
until,
June, July?
July, the end of July.
So,
And I did place our order with Co-stars for next year's season, 44 tons.
yeah,
And we can go above that if we need to, up to 160%, I believe, or 140,
yeah, something like that.
yes.
New truck. My understanding that the chassis has been delivered to the, is it Stevenson's or what is it?
MJR,
Yeah, I can't remember all.
Stevenson Equipment.
Yeah. So they should be actually putting it all together. My understanding, correct?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be done, April.
Anything
That's
else?
a projected completion date, is end of April, early May.
Anything else for under roadmaster?
I don't got nothing.
Alright. New business? Anything for new business? Old business. Turn of Energy, we received all your comments, been passed off.
They were passed off to me, and then Nancy made me aware that there's a Watts Township ordinance that was modeled off of the Perry County Planning Commission model. So my suggestion was to take and implement those comments and put them into that model, since it's something Perry County's been using. So I'll have a draft for you for the August meeting, or April meeting. And then my suggestion is to make let everyone have a copy of it, make it publicly available. And before we start down the path to advertise, have people submit comments or thoughts at that point, then give it to the planning commission so they can work through it, and then hopefully we've addressed everyone's comments, and then we just advertise it adopt.
Sounds like a good motion to pass on. So after we get it, we'll hand it off to the ones that can comment, whoever wants it to kind of look at it, to throw your comments in ahead of time, so we're not so far behind in the process to keep this thing rolling forward.
So if you want to email me a request, because I'll have it on my computer, I can email it to you. The email is buffalotwp@pa.net.
And then,
When we have to be ready.
so that's not gonna be
Probably
until
not
after
till
our
next week. Once he-
April
Yeah,
meeting. Dave, you wanna? fill
I
that?
should have it done by the end of this month, so yeah, it'll be available at that point. You'll have some time to make comments on it.
The supervisor's
So-
gonna be able to look at all the comments that we put in, so they know what's there, so they can,
Hold on, Sam. There'll be a moment at the end of the meeting here that you can comment, okay?
okay,
Let's finish our business here, and then I'll gladly give you time.
okay.
You wanna comment on the,
Well, maybe I just make a quick statement to
Yeah.
that. The supervisors have asked me to implement the concerns about the residential side of things, so we're going to make sure that gets into the draft. they're gonna review. So everyone will have a chance to review that. So they have copies of them, but they've directed me to use that as a guide on as the residential side, non-commercial side. There you go.
Moving on, old business.
Yeah, I drafted the letter to the folks at the XXX store. I gave Tony a copy. He's gonna post the property tomorrow and get that on there. So they have until April 1st to either remove it or apply for a building permit. I talked to Herbie Stoner as well from Juniata Sewage Committee. They actually oversized their sewage tank, their sewage, on-lot sewage. So if they apply and can meet all the other requirements, they can put it on, but they don't have a building permit. So they're in violation for that simple fact.
No.
It may not make it go away though, because if they comply with the ordinance, they
Well,
comply
the
with
only
the
thing you
ordinance.
can do to comply with the ordinance, you need 4 footers for the landing gear and get the electrical inspection done, so like, it's gonna be a pain in the ass.
Well, you get to work with them on that. I just write the letter.
Website, any new business?
New
on that?
developments.
No new developments? Alright. So now we're into open forum, so go ahead, Stan, what was your?
Yeah.
You already answered it? Alright. Anybody else have any comments at this point in time for the good of Buffalo Township?
I'm just curious, I've gotten that stop work order, and with that, I got like a driveway ordinance. But there's other things you guys want us to do to be in compliance to get the building permit, I guess. My question is, I'm trying to understand why the driveway ordinance applies to us, or why we need to get a driveway permit.
Well, because you modified your driveway without a permit. You know what I mean? Altering a driveway, that's why you're in violation of the driveway permit.
The only thing that's clear for easement, that PPL is on the.
Well, you extended the driveway farther than what it originally was. So that's why
Actually-
you're in violation.
Can I say something on that? That original permit way back in Bob Christman era,
2000.
that was not a driveway permit that he asked for. That was he was asking for permission to clear a logging road. And if you read that document, it's spelled out on there a little bit. It's not for a driveway. It's not I think it's on a driveway permit
And
application.
then the description for the proposed work is driveway.
Pardon?
The general description of proposed work says driveway.
Let me see the copy of the paper.
You know, at the beginning of all this, we were told that this driveway was not a driveway, and this is Kelly's driveway. If you remember back in December, or something, you were at that meeting,
It says reopen driveway.
right?
That was never a driveway, that was logging road. That path going up through there was never a driveway. It says reopen driveway.
Okay.
That
So
was
how
not,
was-
that was never a driveway when it was done. And this was done by Bob Christman.
Yeah, 2000.
He was probably the permit writer at the time, and he did his own permit.
So this is not a driveway permit then?
I would say that is not a driveway permit. That was to reopen a permit, or reopen a driveway, but
And this was, do you remember when we, in December, this was what I put into the request back in December, I just received this now, 2 or 3 weeks ago, but at the time, I was being told this was Kelly's driveway. It's clearly Robert Christman's at 450 Mountain Road for the same address for that to be put on.
Is it the same parcel?
Yes.
I just said that.
And on top of that, we are currently, as a side note, because I'd like to know whose driveway this is, we're currently being sued by Mr. Kelly for an easement. So he's admitting that he doesn't have legal access across our property, that everybody's been telling us we went off of his property. So if he doesn't have a driveway permit, how is he accessing his driveway? It's 325 feet long too, by the way.
well,
And that's why I'm trying to understand why I've gotten 3 letters, 3 driveway ordinances, and I don't see why I need a driveway permit. And when I put in my original building permit for an agricultural building, I did need a driveway permit then. I have 2 driveway permits existing on my property right now. One in my house, one that is 325 feet up the mountain.
I think the first thing you have to establish is who owns the land,
I guess that map too, I'm good with that.
okay? And this
I mean,
property,
Kelly's not even, I mean, he's clearly saying this, there's the court document, he's saying he doesn't own the land.
this is probably
This is the
not
map
an
you guys
issue
have
for
on
the
record?
township, I would say.
Well, the township's the one that keeps sending me the documents.
Let's-
That's why I might be looking.
But what you're not following is that driveway that you attach your driveway up back.
It's my driveway, I didn't attach, it's my driveway.
Isn't the issue that we
But
said
that meant you made it longer, so that is a.
Here's the driveway. This is not that.
Right.
I'm wondering why the driveway was required, 3 copies of it, why I'm being told what I need to abide, why I'm in violation of the driveway.
So, can you keep it down so we can hear what's going on, please? All right, so, Tony, can you come up and look at this and tell us what's going on?
This is the thing. This was also, that thing was 2010, and the driveway ordinance is 96 as well, that's all keep that in mind.
This was the existing driveway that went up to Mr. Kelly. Where
Mr. Kelly's building was put in 2015. I have the tax documents too, it was vacant land until 2015.
But you're not listening, slow down a little bit. This driveway was in, whether it's your driveway or not.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
What you did was took your driveway here and run it the whole way up here.
I ran an easement, the PP&L, which is a recorded easement, the PP&L is going to run an electric line up through this whole thing.
But you built a driveway here.
I built an easement.
So you're saying that
What makes this a
So
driveway?
say that was a
You're
driveway.
telling me this is not a driveway.
It says right here on the map, existing driveway.
Okay, you guys are telling me that it's not, that's what you just said.
What's the
I'm
purpose?
telling you that you altered this driveway by adding that driveway on.
Where
So
is
that's
that
what,
ordinance? And when does this ever apply?
I gave you the
I
word.
might have friends that have 3 houses on the same driveway that they never did another driveway.
Yeah, I have a question about that. Where in the ordinances does
I'd like
it
to know
say
where,
what
why
you
else
can do?
applies to it.
I gave you the ordinance.
I know, and I don't see how the ordinance applies to it. I'm asking you guys to explain it.
What is
This
the,
driveway is not, nothing about it is.
what is the purpose of this road? Whatever you put in, an easement or a driveway,
It's an
what are you
easement.
gonna do with it?
PP&L is running an electric line up to here.
Okay. And you're never gonna use that for access to another residence
We're
or
putting,
anything else?
we're looking to put a cabin up here,
Okay,
And
okay?
how are you gonna get there?
Walk up to the cabin, and they have a garden there.
So that road's still there though.
And then what we're gonna do, down the road, we're gonna be buying the whole property, and we will then worry about getting our access up to it. My question right now is, like, you guys are getting us to June to do certain things, why is it that the driveway ordinance, number one, why do we get documents on any of the other things you want us to do? And why is it that the driveway ordinance even applies to us, I don't understand that.
all right. Let me get with Tony and we'll get something together for you as to what, I don't have it in front of me, so I haven't seen.
I mean, whose driveway is this, whatever?
Well, it's not my call, it's your driveway.
Until you get that done.
I understand that, but I don't, again, this is the first time I've seen this. Tonight.
How long is it supposed to take you to get it, by the way? I mean, put it in the summary,
Well, it's, I don't know, did you get the right to know request or where'd that go?
Yes.
Yeah, it's supposed to take 5 days, 5 working days when the office is open, but then you take a 30-day extension that could be beyond that, so I don't know what happened there. All I'm asking you is, I need to sit down and go over this with Tony to understand, I haven't seen, can you give me the letter too, you sent him, the cease and desist? All right, and we'll go over that and we'll get you an answer for next meeting, okay? I don't know, I'm not here we're not here to determine whose driveway it is.
It's on my property, and the neighbor's saying,
I get that, but that's apparently what the judge is gonna decide. All I'm saying
the judge can
is,
decide if he can come across the property.
okay,
I'm asking the
I'm gonna
township
talk-
whose driveway is it, and you
I'm
guys
gonna-
issued the permit.
I'm gonna talk to Tony about it, why he issued that. It's too,
And whose driveway is this? Do you just decide that, or is that my driveway?
I have not sat down and looked at all this in detail since you got the letter. So I will try to answer your questions in detail. You're asking me 100 questions right now that I don't have an answer to because I haven't had time. I don't wanna give you the wrong answer, to be honest.
Let me ask a simple question. If we want to put a building on property, anybody in the township wants to put a building on property, are you telling us that we must get a driveway permit for
Yes.
a building on the
That's the
property?
first thing you gotta
Yes.
do.
So someone puts a garage, they put,
Yes.
in agriculture, they have to have a driveway
If you,
permit.
if you cut in off of a township road or a state
I'm not
road,
coming in off of township road or state road. I'm not
okay?
doing that.
Well,
You
now,
asked a different question.
Yeah,
You asked
I
if
asked
I
you
could
if
put
I
a
wanted to
building.
put a building on my property, why do I need a driveway permit? I didn't get one before when I asked you to get a permit for a building.
Simply, you have to access your property somehow.
I have two driveways, you don't want property right now, why do I need a
Okay.
third driveway?
Well, it's just access to, you asked a question about if somebody wanted to put something on their property.
Right, they already can get.
Why
it.
would they have to need a driveway permit? It's because they would have to access the property somehow. And that's
I
that.
have two options.
Dave said that he was gonna go over this, look at it with Tony, and then get you an answer for
Yeah.
next meeting.
I promise to
So-
do that, I just don't have it. I don't
It
have
just-
it. That's all.
I do have
So-
a question though, are you saying there's ordinances that if you change your driveway, extend it, expand it?
Yeah, if you make it wider, if you make it longer,
Yes.
that is
Can you
disturbance
tell
of
me
the
what ordinance that is?
I have the whole thing, you guys wanna pick out the spot in it. Talks about it. You know, there's also a part of the driveway that says that you can't go on the neighbor's property. Kelly's pushing his on their property. Part of it says it can't be in the setback, it's in the setback. I mean, nothing within this driveway ordinance applied to that permit. I don't understand why now we have to apply by all these things, and I don't even understand what we've done that goes against this driveway ordinance. Like, where in it? Says that I have to put the figure down
So
there.
are you saying if you wanted to extend the driveway, we need a new permit? What would happen if you want to
You need a
extend?
permit to alter the
It
driveway.
doesn't say that.
So it's a new driveway.
It says if you pave it, and I understand that, then you would have more water now.
So
So,
I just talked to my friend Aaron Corey Friday, like right over the hill in Buffalo Township. They took their existing driveway and put 2 more houses on the property. I just talked to him today, he didn't get any other permits. He said he checked with you guys on everything, he didn't get any permits. So why would
I
we
think
need a
that's,
permit?
don't look at me.
Why would we need a permit to go further up the road that we already have a driveway permit for?
I'd like to elaborate more, but at this
You guys
time.
have straight copies of this, I feel you guys should be pretty clear on why we.
Us guys did. Tony sent it to you, I said I would
No,
look at it.
30 cents one, the township then sent us 2 more certified mail the following day, and the post office lady knew that. So we've got 3
Yeah, I had to
copies.
send,
Yeah.
I had to hand deliver
So
one.
they all came from him.
No, no, no.
He
Yeah,
had-
delivered.
yeah. It's
He-
part of
Well,
the
he
procedure.
sent the other 2 as well, that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, I sent one first class mail, and I sent one certified, and I hand delivered it.
We got 3 copies.
So I'm saying, they came from Tony, let me, well, because we have to send you a copy with each of the letters and you have to get it. So, I promise you, we'll look at it